Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins and ghouls, and everybody out there listening, it is time once again for the third annual live stream of Drinking With. This is your boy McCash holding things down. We're in a different spooky space, if you will, for this year's edition. The ghouls, the spirits, kicked us out of my basement,
Goblins,
and they forced me to move to Memphis. So I've had to come back from the dead. And drive up to Mount Juliet here at Danger Zone Video, the home of this year's edition of the live stream of Drinking With. As always, we've done the last 3 years now. I'm with Mr. Brandon Vick. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
I always do. I'm always looking out
for you.
for
Can you hear
everybody.
my allergies come through?
I can hear them. I can smell them. I can almost touch them and taste them.
I just want to take a little time to say that Sobros doesn't provide health care, so that's why I'm here.
You're on that
You got to work
Obamacare.
regardless.
Yeah.
Got to clock in.
And
no, I love the. I'm not done. I love.
my apologies.
I love the new spot.
You said it smells better than the old spot.
It's brighter, it's cleaner, and it's less smellier.
There's a lot to look at.
There is a lot. There's a lot more to look at. Yes.
Yeah, and you guys aren't even seeing half of the things that are in this joint.
Yes. So if you are a fan of physical media, like everybody here is, you have to come out to Danger Zone Video in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Check it out. Jesse and Brittany do a phenomenal job reliving our past, bringing the joys of VHS tapes, DVDs, Laserdisc even, and so much more here at Danger Zone. And speaking of Miss Brittany, our scream queen of the Sobros Network, Brittany Fernandez. How are you, ma'am?
I am good. I am excited for spooky season. I'm excited to talk about this movie. So I know we have opinions on it.
Yeah, we do. There are opinions.
Isn't it every year we have her choose, right?
Yes. Well, year one, she chose to sell.
Yeah.
Which should have been the end of the whole discussion.
I should have stopped picking at that point.
Yeah.
That was not a good year, though, to pick from.
I would give you that. Last year, 13 Ghosts. Not 13 Ghosts, but
13 Ghosts.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Top
better
notch.
It was a better
Top
choice.
notch.
This year, slightly better as well.
We're just going to keep getting better and better.
This one's way better than the other two.
I will give you that. I will absolutely give you that. But again, it's Drinking With. It's the podcast. It's all about movies that are turning the legal drinking age 21. We discuss the movie. We step up to the bar. Like I said, discuss the movie. Go over some fun pop cultural facts, some trivial facts, and so forth. But today's movie is the one and only The Ring, as you can see here in VHS form.
This is my personal copy on VHS.
Yes.
From Schnucks Video.
Yeah.
May they rest in peace.
Schnucks.
It was once $4.99.
Yep.
Is that what you paid?
Oh, there we go. There's the DVD too. We got it over there.
Yeah. You can get it in pretty much any format here at at Danger Zone Video. With that said, in case you haven't seen The Ring, we will be throwing out some spoilers. So the movie's 21 years old, so if you haven't seen it, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah. Get it together.
But The Ring, it's about two teenage girls initially that discuss a mysterious videotape that is rumored to cause you to die 7 days after watching it. One of the girls watched the movie the tape 7 days prior to them discussing it, and it is killed by an unseen force. Now, her journalist aunt, played by the great Naomi Watts, that we'll discuss here in a minute, takes it upon herself to investigate her niece's death, to only put her son and herself in grave danger after they both have watched the tape. Now the phone is ringing, and you only have 7 days to break the curse in The Ring.
Now, you tried this in real life.
I did. Let's pull the curtain back.
You made it.
I barely did. So last week was the 12th anniversary of our edition of 12 Hours of Terror at Belcourt Theater in Nashville. I drove up from Memphis for it. I woke up Saturday morning with the worst stomach bug I think I'd ever had.
Ew.
And then migraines set in. So I made it through one movie of the 12 Hours of Terror.
Was it 1 of 7?
1 of 7, which was Opera, which I highly recommend. But if you have a migraine, do not watch that movie because the music is either opera or 80s thrash metal.
Oh.
So your head's going to hurt regardless.
That'll wake you up.
But I ended up sleeping in my car and driving back to Memphis at 7:30 in the morning.
Ugh.
So I saw 2
That sounds
hours of the
awful.
12 Hours of Terror. But after spending 16 hours in the emergency room on Tuesday, I somehow have made it to tonight.
That's a
Yeah.
different type of terror.
Yeah.
You look healthy.
I've actually half-ass feel it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
So yeah. Okay. So before we get into the movie, we got a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Now this is called well water, which
Oh,
seems kind of
God.
fitting. And this is courtesy from the Shaken Not Scared podcast.
Oh.
Cute. Love that.
Like that. Have you ever listened?
No.
I highly recommend it. It's
Okay,
a
I
good little
will.
horror podcast. So you've got 2 ounces of sake,
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
an ounce of coffee liqueur,
Oop.
and then a half ounce of lime juice, a quarter ounce of honey, and then half a teaspoon of matcha green tea powder, the
Oh.
matcha tea green powder. You shake it, and then
Oh.
you just strain it into the cups.
This has matcha
Yeah.
and coffee liqueur in
Yeah.
it. Interesting. And lime
You're about
juice.
to watch a grown man puke on camera.
I'm sure it'll be great with this pumpkin ale I'm drinking. I'm sure it'll go
Look
quite
at it.
nicely.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
This is like Fear Factor.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Maybe this will get rid of your cold or
this
whatever.
this might clear up the allergy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
might. Or it might let some rotten thing out of my butt.
You got,
I
yeah, you
guess
have
so.
to.
I think
This
everybody. I think everybody.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm
green
sorry,
enough
one more.
for you.
Yeah, we got
One
one
more.
more here for our studio audience. Make sure I've got my water
Cheers.
nearby. Now, I will say I smelt it, and it doesn't smell bad.
It doesn't. It doesn't smell that bad, but
It smells just smell. It just
Yeah, I
smells like
smell-
matcha.
Who's
I
going
think that's
first?
what I smell.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the ring.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Come back. Cheers. Yeah, slam it down.
That's not horrible, actually.
Okay. Maybe I thought it maybe wasn't bad at first. Oh man, there's a lot of flavors in here.
There is.
Mm.
And that's a weird palate to describe. I don't think that was heard, but the studio audience member said it tastes like a crab has shit in a glass. It kind of
Something about it.
there's something
don't
about
know.
it I like that I'm intrigued by.
It does taste like cold water.
Yes. Yes.
I
don't
will
really
say
know
it's
what I
better
taste
than last
most
year's
of.
drink.
What was that one?
I don't remember. I remember
Huh?
it not being good.
Mimi's teeth.
Oh, is that what? It's...
The ice cream and the coffee.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm
didn't
trying to
get
drink
that.
all of this like immediately.
I
Like,
think
I was about to
like
do
a like a shot or something. I'll work on this while we
It
discuss.
has like
Oh.
a thickness to its consistency, even though it's pretty much all
I don't know
solid.
what the
I mean,
main
liquid.
taste is.
I can feel it in my nostrils. Like,
Well, it hasn't cleared out anything yet.
well, hopefully soon.
We have a way
Thank
to
you.
go. So The Ring stars Naomi Watts, like I mentioned earlier, as Rachel, the aunt of one of the girls who died, and then Martin Henderson plays Noah, the her I guess we discover ex-husband,
Yeah,
baby daddy,
yeah.
all that good stuff. And then one of the big names, of which I wasn't expecting to be in this movie, was Brian Cox,
Oh yeah,
who plays Richard Morgan, who his wife plays a big part
yeah.
in how The Ring comes about.
Yep,
And you have a young Amber Tamblyn, who plays Katie, the young girl who dies in the
yep.
beginning,
She's at the beginning.
and a young Adam Brody as well.
Yep.
He's listed as male
yeah.
teen number 1.
I have a question. Did you say Naomi Watts and then the bigger names and named Adam Brody?
I'm a big Adam
What the
Brody
What the hell
fan.
is wrong with you?
He is in American Fiction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has a
Oh.
nice role in American Fiction.
Did
So
you ever see The Kid Detective?
I can't say I did.
It actually came out like a year or two ago. It's actually really good with him in it.
Okay.
I mean, he stars in it.
You wanted to shit on Adam Brody a minute ago, and here you are singing his praises.
Yeah, but I don't think Adam Brody's more famous than Naomi Watts. Can we agree
Absolutely
on
not.
that?
No.
You said Naomi Watts and then the bigger names, which Brian Cox. I mean, okay, Succession. I'll give you that one.
Super Troopers, sir.
And Red Eye.
Super Troopers. That's all you need to know about.
That's true.
It's directed by Gore Verbinski. I hope I pronounced that right.
Gore Verbinski.
Is that
Something
close
like
enough?
that.
Close
Yeah.
enough. Who's also done Mouse Hunt, The Mexican, couple of the Pirates movies, Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, Rango, which I did not know.
Yeah.
he
The
did Rango.
range on this man.
Yeah.
The Lone Ranger, which was not a good film,
No.
and A Cure for Wellness.
So he did a couple
think-
Johnny Depp movies.
Well, he did at least
In a Brad
3.
Pitt movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I think he's the same guy that did What Lies Beneath too.
Oh,
I
okay.
think- I
That
didn't-
seems
I didn't notice
more
that one.
on par
I
with.
looked at the more recent stuff.
Well, let me tell you. Here's another fun fact. I don't know if it's in your notes. You know
Yeah.
who he's married to?
Mrs. Verbinski?
Well, that legally, yes.
I do not know.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, is that true?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That's one of my early crushes.
See? I just
I don't like
checking.
him then.
Let me see, because I don't know if they met on What Lies Beneath, but I know they married. Nope, that was Robert Zemeckis. Please continue.
Thanks for the great fun fact that wasn't.
What did Robert Zemeckis direct? Polar Express. That's all you need to know.
Another person that worked on the
Oh.
film that I put down because I thought he did an amazing job with the look of this film was the cinematographer Bohan Bazelli.
Oh,
I don't know if that's pronounced right, but it sounded good in my
yeah.
head. But he also did Lone Ranger. But he also did California. which
Okay.
I really
With a
enjoyed.
K?
Yeah, the K, California.
Oh, that's Brad
Uh,
Pitt.
Hairspray,
Oh,
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Pete's
look.
Dragon,
oh,
Peter Pan and Wendy, and a very underrated Kristen Stewart film, Underwater.
Love that one.
there's our
Great one. Do you want to fight?
I'm here all night.
Our head EIC, who's usually at the stay with me,
He has
Stoney
thrown
Keeley,
up. He has thrown up on the danger zone floor.
he refuses to put the
Yeah.
well water down.
Yeah, but is regretting
He's
it
regretting
every sip he takes.
It's just thinking
cracking
it's going to
me
get
up.
remotely better. Yeah, I shook real hard.
Yeah,
All right, let's talk.
keep going.
This is what usually starts fights on this this podcast is the budget.
Oh,
What do we
God.
think
Don't
the budget
know.
for
I hate this
the ring
question.
is?
Well, I mean, Adam Brody got what, 40 million.
At least
So
minimum.
put that into, I don't know. I feel like it's not that much.
I'm fully aware you don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 73.
73, Brittany.
I'm gonna say like 35.
Oh,
Because
Or-
what really
Oh.
is there's no like super crazy effects or anything like
that
that, right?
one climbs through the TV.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, the
How
one
dare you.
effect
The one.
that is in
And
the
Adam
movie.
Brody's in it, the biggest star.
yeah. 48.
Okay,
48
so I was
Gave him too
closer.
much credit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gave him too much credit.
I was
Now,
closer that time.
The ring opened against Real Woman Have Curves,
Oh,
Formula
know what that is.
51, and Abandon.
oh, so all the heavy hitters,
All the
I
heavy
guess.
hitters. But
Oh my
a
god.
few weeks before it, when it came out, there was some bigger movies came out, and it dethroned Red Dragon from the number one
Oh.
spot.
Damn. So what is this, February?
This is October 20th.
That's what yeah,
2002.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
God,
sense.
take me back to October 20th, 2002 in the theater watching The Ring.
Well, also that weekend you had Red Dragon, like I said, you had Sweet Home Alabama, which we've done on
But
this
they
show.
they're already out.
Yeah, they're already
Okay,
out.
okay.
I'm just giving you some
What-
ideas of what's still in the theaters for you
Okay.
to guess with. My Big Fat Greek Wedding, The Transporter, and Brown Sugar was some of the top 10 films at that time.
Wow.
So opening weekend, what did it do? U.S. Canada.
Oh God.
No, you didn't list any other horror movies around that time though. So
Oh, it may
I mean,
I-
Red Dragon, I guess technically would be in that
yeah,
vein.
but people have already seen it, and that's Silence of the Lambs fans. Honestly, I know it. My gut tells me that it's over the budget at least.
for sure.
Opening weekend.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's PG-13, so that means all the boys and girls can see it.
Mhm, all that's teenagers and everybody.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you want to
I
go
was
first?
gonna say at least like 180 million
Yeah, yeah, that
In
sounds
3
right.
days.
3 days. Wait.
Oh,
We're talking
but-
opening.
Oh, opening weekend.
Just
I'm
US
gonna
and Canada.
Say 58.
58.
I don't know.
I almost feel like it's
75.
All right. I'm going to tell you, first of all, you're both way over.
Oh,
Way over.
really?
Yeah. So there's something strategic that DreamWorks did with this film. So they took an unusual but effective tack on the release of this film So when the lengthy post-production and test screening process was complete, they had to cut some stuff to get it from an R to a PG-13 because they wanted to open it to a broader audience.
Oh, excuse
And
me.
also what they
It's very
did,
bad.
they decided to launch it in fewer theaters than expected because the logic
You
was
didn't
simple.
tell us that.
Exactly. What an asshole.
I know.
You act like, oh, it's against Red Dragon and all these others, and we're thinking, oh, 3,000 theaters. How fun.
I'm thinking it makes like
No, it's in
$200 million.
theaters. It's in 100. Yeah.
So the
She
logic
thinks Titanic came out. God.
This is my Titanic.
Say, Brittany holds this movie in high esteem, so it is her Titanic. The logic was simple, though. They wanted to open the film that weekend in a smaller amount of theaters so they could expand it based off word of mouth if the film did really well and just ahead of the Halloween weekend. And it worked out. So opening weekend, it did 15 million.
That
Out
doesn't
of how
seem
many
like a lot.
theaters?
I don't have the number, but it was lesser than it wasn't
That
full.
doesn't seem like a lot.
I think it's bullshit. That's what I
I
think.
think these are lies.
But its overall US box office
Hit it.
200 million.
No. was little over 129 million.
Hey, not
Okay.
bad.
And then
not bad.
worldwide, it did 250
There you go.
Okay.
That gets you a sequel. Naomi
Yeah.
Watts got paid.
until 2017. It was the highest grossing
Rated.
horror remake in history
Oh, until
until
it.
That's correct.
Until it. Okay.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably made it. I think
It,
made
right?
280 million opening weekend.
Can I share a story on how I saw The Ring?
Absolutely.
I
I
actually
don't have like a plan to go by or anything. But
Okay,
by all
good.
means,
Good. Can I stand?
yeah.
I had no idea what The Ring was about when I went to see it, but Opry Mills. Excuse you. How dare you?
The host is talking.
Yeah. Hey.
Sorry. Terrible.
They had a thing where if you went to like 5 different stores all around Opry Mills, they gave you a different colored sheet of paper that had The Ring.
Okay.
You took those to customer service and they gave you a legit, like what radio stations have, like a sneak preview pass.
Oh.
And so me and a buddy of mine did that. And then I think it was like a week or 2 later, we went to see it. And I'm going to tell you, after rewatching it here recently, there really is nothing like seeing it for the first time, and especially seeing it when you have no idea what that movie is about. I mean, I knew it was a horror movie. That was it.
Yeah.
So it was
In a
it was
theater.
awesome. Yeah, and it was at Opry Mills. It was really cool. I kind of wish they would do that.
Yeah, I was
Again,
gonna
those
say,
little
like,
pass things, which I mean, it's all online now, but
fun
still.
little
But it
things
was-
like that for
yeah.
movie releases.
And it was packed, and everybody was really into it. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Yep.
I will say, and I have notes for this later, that the marketing for this film was very top notch, where they dragged you in to see the film without really giving anything
Hardly anything
away
away.
in
Yep.
the film, which I really,
I think I remember some of like the previews just on TV, but I don't remember much else besides that. I know they didn't give much away.
Yeah.
But they showed that whatever that girl, Samara.
Samara, and we'll talk about her. She's had a career so far at a young age. With that said, so we know Brittany loves this movie.
Yeah.
High regard. It's her Titanic. What do we think the critics thought of The Ring according to Rotten Tomatoes?
Ooh,
What percentage?
Of critics?
Yeah.
they're probably little bitches about it, to be honest.
Okay.
I'll say 7. I feel like it's in the 70s. I think it's
Mm.
fresh.
I was thinking they probably like stick with like 40.
40,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going 70,
I'll do 72.
72, 71.
Oh, okay.
The
That
critics.
is higher than I thought.
I thought it was a well-received movie overall.
So, common folks like us, what did we think about it according to Rotten Tomatoes?
Ooh.
I think it's a little higher.
Okay.
I'm going to say is it still in the
82.
70s? I'll go 87.
87 and 82.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Would you be shocked if I said 48?
No way.
What?
The 48%.
People
is the
have
audience.
no taste.
That's when that was in 15 theaters in the first weekend.
Back when Rotten Tomatoes didn't exist.
Yeah.
People have no taste.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yikes! Tough crowd.
I mentioned the cinematography work earlier.
Yeah.
You all right there?
I'm okay.
I'm trying to clear those sinuses.
I wish it was working.
So for the choice of the film's color, it was decided that everything was to be tinged with a hint of green. And that's one of the things I noticed immediately, to give it a sticky look to it, an unnatural feeling, if you will.
Like moss.
That's perfect. And sets were also lit in a way that none of the characters ever had a shadow. That was purposely done.
Oh, I never
So
noticed that.
It almost created a subconsciousness sense of creepiness, where it kind of seemed like the characters were floating, like they were ghosts themselves.
I didn't really get that. Did you?
No.
Okay. You're the
No.
biggest fan here.
No, I never got that.
Attention.
So obviously Ringu, the original that is based
Yes.
off of the Japanese film, was a big success.
Mhm.
But what American film success helped greenlight
The Ring.
The Ring?
2002. Blair Witch.
No. But you're kind of in the same. You're in the same year.
What was that? 99?
99.
Ooh.
Wait, did you say what remake?
No.
What
film that
what
came
film?
out in 99 was its success helped greenlight
The Ring.
The Ring.
I
The
feel
American
like it.
version.
I feel like it has to be a remake or it's a PG-13,
It was not a remake.
but it's at least PG-13.
I'm going to say I don't know the rating to this film.
Okay.
Give me another hint.
I'll give you another hit. Bruce Willis.
Oh, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. Yep.
That is PG-13.
That makes sense.
And the director deliberately chose not to cast any major stars in the film.
How dare Naomi Watts?
It was
Wasn't she already done Mulholland Drive by
Mulholland
then?
Drive had just, but let's not say she's a household name at that
I
point.
mean, it makes sense. Adam Brody, everyone else, but not her.
Amber Tamblyn.
He didn't want any of the main or supporting characters to be big names because he
Yeah.
wanted the film to be discovered by audiences, not be brought in by a name.
I mean, I think when I first saw it, I don't think I really knew Naomi Watts. I think I maybe knew her from that one movie.
That's fair.
Yeah, I wasn't really up on my
Brian-
Naomi Watts game
Yeah.
in 2002 when I
and
was like
Brian
14.
Cox. I mean, you'd have to know. I guess Super Troop. I mean, really wouldn't know. Is the OC around now with Adam Brody? I feel like it
I
can't
didn't
be.
watch the OC, so I'd be lying if I
I
told
feel
you.
like that doesn't make sense because people would know him.
Yeah.
He'd be too famous. For this
I think
movie.
his character would have had a name if the OC was out by then.
And Martin Henderson, people still don't know who he is.
I don't either. But speaking of Brian Cox, he turned down a role in Ghost Ship to do The Ring.
That's
He probably made the
I
right
don't
choice,
mind-
even
yeah.
though I love Ghost Ship.
the beginning of Ghost Ship is awesome.
Yeah, and then the rest is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We usually get into this later in the show, but there was a director that was offered the role of the directing chair before Gore was. David Lynch.
Oh God.
I don't want to see this as a
I
David
had-
Lynch
yeah,
movie.
I think I would really enjoy it as a David Lynch movie.
I swear that's who I was about to say because that was, I mean, Mulholland Drive.
it kind of has the look and vibe of a
Yeah.
Lynch film already.
Sorta.
Well,
But he
in a-
would have taken it in a
Another
think it'd have been
whole different
creepier.
direction.
I feel like there is this thing about this movie where they don't really explain a whole lot, even with the personal relationships. You don't really know if that's her kid because he calls her by her
Yeah,
first name.
I was
You
so
don't-
confused for the longest time.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions that the audience still has with a lot of the connections with people, which I feel like is a very David Lynch situation.
I thought it was just to say how weird that kid was.
True, but also the relationship with his dad. You don't really understand.
Yeah, but when they stopped to look at each other in the rain.
Yeah, and then they just walk
move
by.
on,
I feel
Dad?
very
Oh, okay.
Lynchian.
So when the film came out on DVD,
They have a copy here.
they
They
do.
do.
You can get it here at Danger Zone. I keep wanting to say DreamWorks Video, but
I wish this was
Ah.
you had David Geffen's money.
Oh, framework.
But no, the Ring DVD sold 2 million copies in the first 24 hours of its release.
God.
That makes sense. I probably bought one.
199,999,000 more did too. No, but Davy Chase, who played Samara, is also Samantha Darko,
Oh,
and she is also Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
what?
Yeah.
What a career.
That's,
What
I'm telling
a
you,
career.
that's a career to have.
She's right up there with Michael Keaton.
She's almost Adam
Oh
Brody
my
level.
God. Oh my God. Yes.
But no, she took the role to Samara after losing the role of Sarah Altman in Panic Room to Kristen
Kristen
Stewart.
Kristen Stewart. Oh wow.
I have a quick question. You brought up Ringu. Have y'all ever seen it?
I watched it after watching the original here recently. I mean, after watching the remake. Sorry,
Oh, he just called the Ring American version.
I misspoke.
I've seen
you?
it, but it was a long time ago, and I always just go back to this movie. I don't ever go back to Ringu.
So I did the opposite. I watched Ringu before I rewatched The
Oh,
Ring
okay.
because I'd never seen Ringu. It's very 90s,
Yes,
and the 2002 is, I think, significantly better.
I agree.
yeah,
And one of the things that I thought they did nothing with is that in Ringu, the boy, there's enough, like, they hardly do anything with him.
Yes,
The way they handle him in the American version, I thought was way better.
he's so creepy.
And it's scarier. And a lot of it, I think, deals with how it was filmed and how the whole story was captured. But and keep in mind, Ringu is at least 20 minutes shorter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it felt long. So it's very. I don't know if that's the difference, a 98 movie compared to 2002 anyway, because most originals are better than the Americanized versions. But this one, after watching Ringu, I'm like, no.
Well, sometimes you
thought the
get
same
a
thing.
early 2000s horror, and it's just like you can tell that it's like early 2000s horror with some of the language and some the way it looks. But I feel like this movie is like timeless in a way.
Yeah, no, it's done. It's done really well. I think what you're referring to is 13 Ghosts that you picked last year. That's probably it.
I
That
thought-
is very much early 2000s.
I thought the exact same thing, that the American version is better. And if watching the two, they're about half. It's probably about 50% of Ringu that is actually in the Ring, and the Ring pretty much, the American version pretty much takes its own like
Yeah,
turn.
there's a lot of scenes that if they're not like, some of them are like the beginning is
Yeah.
pretty exact, I thought.
But the American version, I think, is scarier because it actually shows you,
The
Yes,
girl,
instead of
girl
like the little
in the
picture,
closet.
yeah,
whatever they do.
or it
the-
just freezes. Yeah.
yeah,
the best
I
jump
agree.
scare.
Yeah, I agree.
We talked about David Lynch earlier. Naomi Watts worked with Amber Tamlin's father on the Twin Peaks reboots.
Oh, who's her
fun.
father?
Mr. Tamlin.
Mr. Tamblin.
Mr. Tamlin.
That's him.
And then obviously the success of The Ring led to American versions of other Japanese horror films,
Yes.
including The Grudge,
Yes.
Dark Waters, Pulse, and One Missed Call. I didn't really care for any of those.
I did not either. Dark Waters
The
was
Grudge is okay.
Jennifer Connelly, right?
Correct.
Yeah. We watched The Grudge recently for spooky season, and I'm still just not into it. I wasn't into it when I saw it,
Now,
but I can do one hell of a Grudge noise.
let me ask you both. You're
Let's
speaking-
hear it.
Oh, yeah. Scene.
See how stupid that movie is?
Well, speaking of stupid movies, did either one of you see the Grudge remake with either Harold or Kumar
No.
that came out?
Oh,
I
no.
didn't.
That was okay. I'm the one of the three.
No.
I did the Lord's work by watching that, so you two don't have to.
No. I saw Ring 2, and then they did Rings, and
Yes.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I've
was-
never seen either one of those movies.
You didn't see the sequel?
Nope.
Well, it wasn't that good.
Maybe
don't
Ring
need
Around the
to.
Posies coming out next.
But, oh, I hope so. Don't get my hopes up.
But we talked about marketing earlier. In 2002, prior to The Ring being released in theaters, a few lucky or maybe not so unlucky fans found unmarked VHS tapes containing the cursed video from the movie.
Yes.
Now, some people reported finding the videos like under their windshield wiper
Yeah.
on their cars, or found left in their college dorm. Others finding them like in theater seats when they'd go to a movie. That's really
to a
good.
different movie?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
You know, one came through here.
that's what I
One
heard.
came through the
Tell
through
that
the
story.
store. There was just something that people were selling, and it was an unmarked tape, and it was just
Oh,
the videotape version of What's in the Ring. It was so cool.
Did your phone ring a few minutes afterwards?
I don't know because my phone stays on silent, so no.
So,
Which is the scariest part of the movie.
so you could die
when
tonight.
it calls?
When the phone rings.
The unmarked VHS tape was part of a viral marketing campaign by DreamWorks. The only information on the tape was the
I
URL
think so.
for a website, anopenletter.com. And that site was later changed after the release of the film to show a trailer for the movie, but the original version of the site didn't contain any reference to DreamWorks or The Ring by name. And there is an archived version of the original site that contains rambling text about the unmarked video's curse, psychic attacks, and Sadako, not Samara like in the American movie, being shoved into a well. So the Ringo version. And producers
You don't have to stop for me.
Yeah. Producers from DreamWorks saw Ringu, the original,
Yeah.
and within 3 hours had agreed to pay $1 million for the rights to make an American version.
Wow, that's cheap.
Back then, yeah. Usually you're getting a
Well,
bidding
yeah. And then they made money off sequels, which they did a Ringu too. I don't have the heart to watch it, but they did do one.
I haven't seen that either.
I didn't
After the
watch
first
it.
one, I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
No need.
And then there's the tree that you see repeatedly in the ring.
I can hear you.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought I
It's a
missed.
tech thing. I want to make sure everyone can hear me.
Oh, no, I can. You're good, buddy. You're loud and
No,
clear.
I'm trying to tell if I can hear you, or if,
Oh.
like I hear you, but can I hear you through here?
We're
Go
getting,
ahead.
We're
Go
getting
ahead.
too meta for this right now.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
So the tree that's repeatedly seen in the ring, it's a Japanese maple tree known as I'm probably going to butcher this, a Kayed tree
Sure.
Okay.
or
Yeah,
Kade tree.
that sounds
We'll
right.
go
Absolutely.
with that. And the fruit of that tree is called Samara,
Oh, I get
Oh.
it.
which is of course the name of the ghost in the ring.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting. It all comes full circle.
It's like they did it on purpose.
Yeah, that's one
You
way of
think
looking at it. That's one way of looking at it. The cinematographer I mentioned earlier, his approach to shooting A Cure for Wellness that he worked on as well with the director of The Ring was in part meant to be an homage to the look of The Ring. He cites a similar greenish cyan color palette, as well as the repeated use of circles. That's a direct reference to The Ring. And in particular, the water tank scene in A Cure for Wellness uses multiple circles.
I remember thinking A Cure for Wellness was kind of cool, but I think it was more substance or more style than substance.
Fair.
It had some creepy stuff in there, but I don't know. It was a little too much. God bless. We'll let anyone in his studio. But I do remember that came out in February. I remember Dane DeHaan and Maya Goth were in it. That's all I remember.
Yes, you are correct. So we like to talk like who coulda, shoulda, woulda. We mentioned David Lynch earlier.
Yeah,
Could have
that's
directed this film.
interesting.
Now, the role of Rachel, which is
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts'
God,
character.
he hates Naomi Watts.
Really has a thing.
Have you
Because-
seen other stuff with Naomi Watts?
King Kong.
Oh my God.
Mulholland Drive.
Okay.
That's
all
the
right.
two he keeps going back.
Did you ever see 21 Grams
No,
with Benicio del Toro?
Toro,
and Sean
no,
Penn?
no.
Okay.
I saw the two good ones.
She's great in that.
And,
No,
and
no,
one mediocre
she's-
one.
She's good in something else, but I can't remember.
Let's focus on who could have been Rachel.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Who else? These should be no names. According to your research, these should be no names.
Jennifer Connelly.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
my
I can
God.
see it. I can see it.
It's not a no name.
What was Jennifer Connelly known for in 2002?
Had she won an Oscar yet for Cinderella Man?
She was.
She didn't.
When
win
was
for
the
Cinderella
Labyrinth?
Man.
Yeah,
She wasn't
Cinderella Man. I'm
she wasn't
sorry.
even in Cinderella
Beautiful
Man.
mind. Beautiful mind. I'm sorry.
I can't.
This drink has me
I-
messed up.
I took a pregnant pause on Naomi Watts, and you're getting on my ass. And You're thinking Renee Zellweger,
Yeah, she's an Oscar
Jennifer
winner.
Connelly are the same person.
Jennifer Connelly was in Labyrinth.
That's what
Before-
I just said.
Huh?
I just said that.
I didn't even know you were here. I
She
apologize.
was also in Career Opportunities.
I don't
with
know
Frank
what that
Wally.
is.
Possibly.
Do you know who Jennifer Connelly's married to?
No,
Paul Bettany.
that's a lot.
That's true.
All right, here's another no name.
That's true. I don't know why everyone's laughing.
Here's another no name that was up for the role of Rachel. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh my God.
God.
Stop.
Here's another one.
That's dumb.
She's about to retire, she says, once she sells her company.
Oh,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, I would hate
I
this
can't see-
movie.
yeah, I
No,
can't-
I don't
absolutely.
want to
She's
see that movie either.
Too tall.
The other one I have is Kate Beckinsale.
I
That's
love
the one of the
I think
four.
Jennifer I feel-
Connelly.
yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly is the top on
Okay.
that
Yeah.
one.
What else did I have here? Oh yeah, I mentioned we did a little pre-production. You were not here for it because the Divas always run late. But I asked Brittany if she knew this.
I have a family.
Don't we all?
No.
Anyway,
The answer is no.
my dog is family.
Oh, okay. No.
So
Okay.
they're
Yes.
they're deleted scenes that have an actor in it who's not in the film at all because the scenes were all of his
cut.
scenes were deleted,
Okay.
cut, and he's an Academy Award winner,
Oh.
and it's one Mr. Chris Cooper.
Chris Cooper's in the ring?
Not really, but yes.
Oh.
So Chris Cooper was in a pair of scenes that were cut before the movie was released. He played a criminal who Naomi Watts' character interacts with as a journalist at the beginning of the movie. And one of the final scene, Rachel turns to the criminal and gives him the cursed tape to watch. Cooper said that the scenes were cut because they were too much of a distraction and people expected his character to be involved in the story more. And the footage of those scenes has never been released.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
His character's name was Edward Milson, and a newspaper scene in the film describes his crimes. Milson's case
Oh.
is known as the arson killer case.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, because he raped a girl and murdered her by setting her on fire.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Okay.
The article states that Milson claims to be a changed man and is petitioning for his release.
I don't need any of that. That doesn't. Yeah.
It
I'm
doesn't
glad it
add
was
anything
cut.
to
I
it.
like the idea of
Him getting the tape.
getting the tape at
that's
the end.
that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know who Chris Cooper's married to?
Mrs. Cooper
You got it.
hanging with Mr.
Maybe he's married to Mr. Cooper. You don't know.
There's some other deleted scenes that were included as a separate bonus feature on the DVD and Blu-ray release of The Ring. That included are two scenes taking place in a video store. One takes place early in the movie, and it shows Rachel being mocked by a clerk at the store for her video choices, which include cartoons for her son, Aiden. And the second scene was to take place at the end of the movie, and it shows the curse taped in the employees' picks section.
That doesn't even fit into the movie in my mind.
No,
Yeah.
I would not give one shit about those kids mocking her because she's renting videos for her son.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
After shooting some of the scenes and not having the benefit of seeing what they look like once the special effects were added and everything, both Henderson and Watts worried that the final result wouldn't be scary enough. They were correct.
Suit yourself.
They said that there were moments when Naomi and I, this is Henderson talking. There were moments when Naomi and I would look at each other and say, "This is embarrassing. People are going to laugh." They
Interesting.
did that in an
That
interview.
is interesting that they thought that.
Yeah.
I guess you never know.
You never know.
But that's where we disagree. It is scary.
I
It
think
was.
it
It
is.
was. Here, we'll get into it. Go ahead.
No, I was
I don't want to.
my take on it is I think if I would have seen it when it came out, I think I would have enjoyed it more. I didn't
Yes.
dislike the film by any means. It didn't live up to the way people high it in such high regards. Like you talk about not liking The Exorcist or getting how
Oh God, we really are gonna fight in here, aren't we?
no, but I understand why people who are younger that see The Exorcist and don't like it. I get how that is. Where
Yeah.
I watch The Ring and I'm like, okay, I get why people love this so much. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I do think it is one of those where you it's that experience seeing it in a theater.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Me rewatching it, just drop my wedding ring. Me rewatching it, it's not that scary anymore.
No.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's still
Yeah.
good. And I was also, that's why I kind of want to watch Ringu, because I thought, oh, let me at least see how they
compare.
yeah
I don't
good
really think they do.
comparison. No, they really don't. They really they took it to another level with when they Americanized it. But and I think for my own personal viewing experience, not knowing much about it and seeing it, and especially in 2002, I mean, so I get it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like I hold Blair Witch Project in really high regard because I experienced
I do too.
I had that movie going experience where
Yes.
younger people who watch it now, or even people my age who had never seen it and watch it now, they're like, I don't get the hype
Well,
about this.
And it's because how many horror movies have ripped it off now?
True.
Right.
But
I
I
also-
remember the same thing. Do you remember when they came out on the MTV Music Awards and
Yeah.
people were shocked that they were alive? They were
Yeah.
shocked.
Well, do you think that this is scarier than Blair Witch? Because I
Oh,
think
God,
it
no.
is.
Oh God, no.
No, only because when I saw Blair Witch in a theater, it felt real to me.
Right. Okay. So
And so
just
I
like
can't-
the
you
aura
can't take
around
that
it, I
away.
guess. Yeah.
Now I would say the overall story and execution is done better, but I mean,
Yeah.
Blair Witch was made for, I don't know, $30.
Yeah.
So it ended up making 180 million
Opening weekend.
opening weekend in
a
7
fact.
theaters.
Man,
Uh,
they're rich now.
I will say that both of those films I think are for first time viewing are best in a theater.
Yes.
Where you take a movie even recently like Barbarian. That
Yes.
I think that's a film you have to experience in a theater
Yes.
to get the full effect. Blair
Yes.
Witch, I think The Ring would have been those as well.
and you go in as blind as possible. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. I mean, this movie for sure. Like, if I could go back in time to any point in life, it would just be dropping me into the theater
Just to watch
just
that.
to watch this in 2002 as a preteen.
I do that mentally when I want a really good nap. I try to go back when I first saw The Exorcist in college.
Jesus.
If I want a really good nap.
All right. I think that's a good place to stop.
Lord.
I have no more notes for The Ring.
Also,
Oh.
this movie is an excellent rainy day napping
Oh,
film.
absolutely. I mean, it takes
Yeah.
place in Seattle.
Yeah,
It's
it's
perfect.
just-
And the way that you were talking about, the way that it was captured, it has that feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be watched at night though.
At night and when
So-
it's raining, storming. It's
But before we
perfect.
move on and get out of here, actually, are there favorites? What was the scene that really captures the scariness for you as a
Oh.
young person watching this film?
I remember being an annoying teenage girl with my annoying teenage friends in the theater screaming for her coming out of the TV. I was the annoying teenage girl that people hate nowadays, like screaming, like because it was so scary.
Okay, had never seen the film. All I knew was the girl coming out of the TV,
Yeah.
and I thought that was something that happened multiple times in the film.
No, just the
but it
one.
happens once at the end, and I was like, I sat for like an hour and a half for this shit.
Well, she can't just be coming
Hey.
out of every TV.
My thoughts exactly on The Exorcist. I thought, how the hell can I have to watch all of this for that one chick to head spin once?
Well, there's in the masturbation scene. You didn't find that part scary?
God, you're
Part
so-
where she peed her pants.
Yeah.
No,
No,
none of that.
I do that
No.
all the time. I'm scared by that.
And you also live with that with a small child.
Yeah.
Part where okay,
We're
gonna get real into it.
the beginning I thought was a scary one.
Yeah.
Sometimes
The
a
jump
good
scare.
horror film, the way it starts.
Yeah.
I felt
Let it set
that
the
opening
pace.
scene was stolen basically from Scream. It felt very Scream like to me.
That's fair. And I mean, good for them because that's
That's a hell
that
of an
works.
opening
Yeah,
too.
that-
Yeah, you
that
know.
might
That might be the
best
best,
opening to a
Yeah.
horror film ever.
because one, the way it's done, but two, it was
Who it was.
it
That
was
cut
it was a
scene
famous person.
to the face that's rough.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, that rivaled the shower scene in Psycho
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
the name attached to it. Janet Leigh.
Yeah,
Drew
and I guess
Barrymore.
you don't really. I don't know. I guess you do know that Drew Barrymore is probably going to die in that, but because in Psycho they had no like.
I
They
don't
were so
think
shocked.
when Scream originally came out, they
Tell me, no one knew Drew Barrymore.
no, I'm talking about
Sorry.
her dying.
I don't know. I don't even know if they showed her.
in like previews and such. I can't remember. I'd have to like look that up. That's a
I
great
am
point.
curious because I think that I could see them not showing that.
'Cause
Like,
she was
not to even
yeah,
hint at it.
she's easily the biggest name in that film at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't you have some other questions?
I do. We're gonna get to
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you
I
were.
was I was just vibing on the weather
Just vibing?
on what
I see you just haven't finished your cocktail.
I had no intentions on it. I'm fucking smarter than
What's
that.
your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie.
It probably changes every day
No,
like
it's-
mine
The
does.
Exorcist.
Oh, is it really?
Jesus. No wonder you're
Okay.
so mad.
Okay.
What's
Have you
yours?
seen Believer yet?
No,
Please don't.
no, I haven't.
Have
I
you seen
keep
it?
hearing bad
The
things.
Exorcist, the new
so-
Exorcist.
Oh, I did watch it.
Would you-
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
yeah, Exorcist Believer.
Well, listen, you'll probably like it because it's boring as shit.
it
Too.
is so boring as shit. It's
Yeah.
like they took the first draft of the script and was like, "This is good enough. We can film
Yeah.
this."
What if we had
That makes sense.
2 women possessed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have high
What if we
hopes.
put a
but
country-
I've
Halloween was your favorite, like 78.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we also
Shame.
took a Bill Clinton cosplayer, made him a Southern preacher in the film?
Yeah. Oh.
It was the worst character I've ever seen.
What's your favorite horror movie? I feel like I have said like multiple things, but Exorcist, I'm sticking to
You
it.
know, I don't really know. You know what's weird is of all the genres, I rarely ever buy horror movies ever. But I do have the 78 Halloween and the 2018 Halloween.
Those are the two that you need to have.
And I do have A Quiet Place.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
recently watched that.
What's
Oh,
your-
so good.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you didn't like it.
No, I love A Quiet Place.
But old school, like, I would say maybe A Quiet Place or something like that.
All right.
Yeah. I was just curious because horror movies, I mean, first of all, there's a lot of like, I feel like there's horror, then there's sci-fi horror.
Yeah, there's a lot
thrillers,
of
they're not really
genres. Yeah.
horror, psychological, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But straight up horror, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the old A Quiet Place. That was a good creature feature that they just,
Did so
I've
well.
never seen before.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking, but my favorites are.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't. You were looking that way the whole time.
Well, I felt like all I've done is look at you. And so when I made that comment that I forgot she was here, I thought people thought I was serious. So I had to make a point to turn my neck.
I go back and forth
Don't hurt
between
yourself.
the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Okay.
and High Tension.
Oh, high tension.
High Tension's good.
I've recently got my wife to watch it. She was
Okay, I had never seen High Tension before.
really
So, and I know,
You
right?
have it?
I had never seen it before. We watched it the other night, and I had no idea about the ending.
Yeah.
So I was like,
what the fuck?
yeah, it was like one of those moments where it was like perfect because I was never spoiled on the ending. I never knew anything about it. The movie's been out for the year,
20.
Yeah, 20 years.
So next year,
yeah.
We watch high tension.
yeah, it'll be
So-
part of spooky season.
It was perfect.
We could announce here. I think me and Brittany have already settled on it. So 2 beats 3.
Is it the live streaming one?
The live streaming next
Is
year.
high tension?
No.
No.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jessica Biel edition.
I watched that like a week ago.
Same. So
It's
good.
not bad.
Not bad.
so,
not bad.
So good.
It's so good.
What are you? What are people watching? Good. I mean, compared to what though?
Everything
Like
else.
the other
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw movies?
Yes. That is my favorite Texas
I will
Chainsaw
tell you.
movie.
You know who makes that movie for me? Is that Arlie?
Arlie Henry.
Yes. My
yeah.
God.
Hell
the
yeah.
way he talks about those victims in that van, he was funny.
I love how he becomes the sheriff of the town.
Yeah. Okay, well that's fine. I just watched that.
Yeah.
Probably won't remember it next year.
You heard
but
it here first. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jessica Biel edition.
I didn't mind the 2009 Friday the 13th.
I love that
well,
movie.
there's also
Great flick.
a Jason movie turning 21 next year. Jason versus Freddy.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm out.
All right, Brittany, you're in on that one too.
Hit on
Yeah.
that one. That movie is problematic. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So this does bring me to our questions that we do at the end of each episode of Drinking With. So for this one, your best / favorite horror remakes.
Okay, well, I just said mine, I guess.
Well, you can have more than one.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say Friday the 13th and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'll have to think about this for a minute because those are my two favorites.
You need a moment since you didn't do
Yeah.
your research, Brandon? Or do you have your...
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, you never did.
Oh, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That one.
That,
The 2013?
that's the only remake.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I like that one better than the original.
I won't
fight me
argue
about it.
anybody who says that. I can't
Yeah.
argue anybody
It's
who says that.
so it's so gruesome.
Yeah.
These are, I just want to make sure I understand. These are remakes.
Yes.
All right. So
Like
not Americanized versions. We're just talking straight up remakes.
straight up remake.
She said
Remember, we did
Texas
a podcast
Chainsaw.
on this a couple years ago.
No, I don't. Thank you. though. Off the top of my head, I do think does the Ring count?
I would say it counts.
Because it's a remake.
It's an American version, but it's a remake.
But I do think that's one of the better ones, especially after watching the original and seeing the different the changes that they made. The Evil Dead one actually is a good one. I didn't think about that one. I didn't think about a lot of them, but
Or any of them. Let's be real.
but
Do I need to do mine while you research?
no. This is one, and you actually mentioned it earlier, but especially the first
Check
one. That's one of the
Those are
best
good.
horror. That might get up there
Yeah.
close to A Quiet Place. And The Sixth Sense. I don't know if that's considered straight up horror.
I
But
would put
it's
it in
not a
that.
remake, but
But
yeah.
I just mean I'm
Oh,
to
you're
my
back.
other
You're back
question.
to your
Sorry.
question. Jesus.
I would say the it is probably like my top one, even more so than Evil Dead. The way that was done in 2017, I really
Seeing that in IMAX was actually terrifying.
I don't think
Oh,
I saw
that
it
would
in
be nice.
IMAX, but I definitely saw it in theaters.
It was pretty
But
scary.
yeah, I think mine would be it.
So I've got Jessica Biel edition, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil
Okay.
Dead as well.
Okay.
And then I went the Crazies
Oh
from
yeah.
2010.
Oh, that's a
Good one.
And
Good
then one that I don't think is really scary. It does have a couple of good jump screams, but I just love the film so much. The House on Haunted Hill remake from '99
yeah.
with
That's
Taye Diggs.
fun. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's particularly good, but it's fun.
it's fun.
There you go.
I said favorite, best / favorite.
Yes.
This is we'll get to a favorite.
In the same vein as him, I don't know why it's not that good, but I love The Haunting with Liam Neeson
Same.
and Owen Wilson.
I'll put that on anytime. Lily,
And-
what is her name? Oh,
yeah,
Lily.
not Lily Tomlin,
Tomlin.
but no,
No.
Lily. She's in The Conjuring.
Lily.
Alan.
No.
No, it is Lily something.
Yep.
Is it Lily Thompson?
Sure.
I don't remember.
Is The Strangers? That's a remake, isn't
It
it?
is not.
It's not.
No.
No, that's based on a true story.
Oh,
I just got the wife to watch that a couple of days ago.
she love it.
She was not prepared for that.
No,
She's
There's
not
a-
the
you
biggest
see
fan
the
of home
trilogy?
invasion films.
I know because it's real.
Yeah.
That's the closest horror that you could actually that could really happen to
Yeah.
you.
And I have that mask, and she's not a fan of that.
When do you wear it?
I just recently found it, and the same day I lost it again.
Oh,
Oh
that's
god.
not the answer I was
Alright.
fishing for, but
This is
Wolfman.
oh, Wolfman. He's talking about
Our
Del
studio
Toro,
audience.
the
Anthony
Benicio
Hopkins.
del Toro one?
Yes.
Yes. That
Yes.
one's good.
No, the ending when they're both hairy and shirtless.
I've been trying to
You
watch-
remember?
get Jesse to watch that, but it's kind of long. It's like over 2 hours, right?
It is. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I thought one was an hour and a half.
I could be wrong. I could have looked at an
you're
hour
right.
and a half and been like,
no,
"Ooh."
you're right. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's long.
You're right.
and then my other question we had
Lily.
Lily
Thank you,
Taylor.
Lily Taylor.
was not the question was not who is Lily Taylor,
No.
but it is what foreign horror film would you like to see get an American version?
Oh,
You can have more than one answer.
I don't even know if there's some that I've seen that they haven't done it.
The
So I'll
Wailing.
let you guys.
Oh,
Oh,
That movie is 2 hours and like 30 minutes
Yeah.
long. Can you guys cut that down to an hour and a half?
yeah.
Americanized version, please. Great
don't
film.
even-
Too long.
I've got 4
Oh,
because I
go
did.
ahead.
I did
A
my
girl
homework.
walks.
I mean, I really like
Home
of all the
Alone at
horror
Night
films
or
I've
whatever.
seen. I
I
don't
didn't
think
like
they.
that movie.
You didn't?
No,
They're like what?
a
Or
girl
Girl-
walks home.
A girl walks home.
Oh yeah, it's a vampire one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Mhm.
from
Iran.
Iran. Yeah.
I remember that one.
So I got Raw.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Raw would be
that
good.
could work.
Audition.
Okay.
Okay.
High tension. I want it and I don't want it at the
That
same
could
time.
work. That could really work.
And then one I recently saw, actually this time last week, Opera.
Okay. Remaking an Argento movie.
Did they?
Hmm.
Hi, I've just joined. Did I think they're making one for Train to Busan, but that's a good one.
It's
I
going
like
to be in
that
New
one.
York.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And what about that one? Where is? Oh, did they make one to the orphanage?
I don't.
Have you ever seen the
think
orphanage?
I've
so.
seen it, but I
Spanish?
can't think of an American version of that.
Oh, there you go. See,
Do you have
y'all feel foolish.
Train to Busan would be cool, but I'm also like, is that?
really necessary?
You didn't say necessary. You said something that could, and I think
know.
it could be something cool. It probably won't be as good because Train to Busan is pretty
Excellent
Have you
phenomenal.
seen
movie.
the sequel?
The animated one?
No, the live action sequel.
Oh
Train to
no,
Busan 2.
no. Oh no, I didn't know they
Have you
had that.
seen? Have you
I
seen Snowpiercer?
I love that movie.
I do too.
Oh my god,
Great double
I
I
feature.
love that movie.
So a question that just came to my head is like, what's the worst American version of a
Ooh,
foreign horror film? I have my answer.
I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared either, but it just came to my head. Like one of
The,
go ahead.
the worst American version of a foreign
Yeah.
horror.
In your mind. While you think or look up, I'll give you mine. I love Wreck
Oh,
I've
okay.
never heard
so
of
much.
that.
It's a Spanish found footage film.
It's just called Wreck.
REC.
Oh, okay.
And then, or I guess it could be record. I don't know how you
Yeah.
want to actually
Oh,
pronounce it.
yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Uh,
I know what it is.
The American version is called Quarantine,
Okay.
and it is god awful.
Oh, with
Sure, whatever her name
what?
is.
Her name is something Carpenter.
Karen.
Sure. Sure it is. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Quarantine. I didn't realize
because you haven't seen
that
the
was the
original.
I haven't seen that one.
That'll change your mindset.
I'm really trying to think. What
Oh,
you
the
got?
Babadook is good. That I don't
Wait.
think that's been done.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the worst, and that Babadook's not American either.
You know what? I don't know if I have one that
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
only
sure.
because I'm not sure because it also could be a different name and I didn't even know. I will tell you one that I thought was a good version. It's not as good as the foreign version, but as far as an American version goes, I thought it was done really well, and it was done by Matt Reeves, who's done the Batman. The original is called "Let the Right One In,"
Oh, that's such a
and then
great
Matt
film.
Reeves one's "It's Let Me In,"
Yeah.
which I actually just watched a couple of weeks ago again. Those are really both well done.
Who's the girl in that?
That Chloe
Grace Moretz. Yes.
But that one's a good one. Richard Jenkins is in it as the father figure at
I
first.
love the original.
The original was awesome. I will say I do know one. I just got so there's one called Dear Mommy.
Yes.
Good night, mom.
Good night, mommy.
Good Night Mommy. And then they just redid
did
it
a
with
horrible,
Naomi Watts,
yeah,
and that
horrible-
was awful.
it was god awful.
I have
forgot
not
about
seen
that one.
that remake.
You're
Yep.
better off.
No, you're not missing much at all.
Look, if me and Brandon agree on something, you got to
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth.
Yeah,
A lot.
that's very fair. I don't
But
have
yeah.
one. I don't know. I'm like looking. I'm like, I don't know. Like I heard that Good
One
Night
missed
Mommy
call was
wasn't good.
horrible.
What is?
One
One
missed
missed call.
call was
Oh yeah,
pretty
that
bad.
wasn't very good.
Yeah.
I think
But
there've been
yeah.
more misses than hits when the
Yeah,
American
it's
version.
rare. It's very rare. And honestly, I expected Ringu to be like
Phenomenal.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Like I thought, what did they do? And I was shocked. It was actually more watered down than the American version. I was quite surprised.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Man, we're on a roll.
Yeah, it's time to get out of here now that
You
we're
have to finish your drink.
the hell you say. once the video stops rolling.
Look, we
Yeah.
all did it.
Yeah.
We all participated.
That one
I
guy
did
threw up on the floor. This beautiful wood flooring.
With that said, Miss Brittany, Mr. Brandon, you have anything else to add to The Ring before we get out of here?
I think it's a Halloween classic. I think it's something
Oh,
you watch
yeah.
every year. I do understand this is one of those scenarios that you can't get that first viewing. You can't get that feeling back, but it's still a well done, scary movie. And I know The Sixth Sense helped The Ring get made, but that kind of like that subgenre of The Ring, because of its success, that's why I think you got all those other ones. Like The Grudge instantly came to mind, which I was not a fan
I
of.
said that about an hour ago.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought you said The Ring got it because of Sixth Sense, not that The Ring.
Yeah, it's your show.
When I was like 13, so
okay.
when I was,
I
when my
saw it.
mom told me I wasn't supposed to watch it, and
I
I
first
did.
saw it in the womb.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We saw it in college.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you, these wooden chairs at our theater didn't help the situation at all. I will say, I was ready to leave no matter what, probably. But, oh my God. But it was like in October.
Do you like or you probably haven't seen it, probably didn't give it a chance, but Exorcist 3?
The Heretic? Is that what it's called?
No, that's the second
the
one.
second one.
Did
Yeah.
you not
The
hear?
third
I
one.
said The Exorcist was so boring. Why would I go see 2 and 3? And then I thought, oh, David Gordon Green's doing a new Exorcist. I'm sure it'll be good. It's not.
It's not
So,
good.
Really
no.
not.
Who's in the third one?
Oh, it's
Benicio
something-
del Toro?
No, it's something completely like it's more of a crime, like a
Oh, it's like a crime thriller.
yeah, kind of. And like the cinematography is like amazing. It's really like a
So it's
really pretty
Exorcist
movie.
SVU.
I'm going to tell
Please
you, I
give
would.
it a chance.
I really want to, but I know there's at least a few movies of yours.
Sony's racing
We have a question.
Oh,
Well, our buddy Sean chimed in with Exorcist 3 rules.
Thank you.
well, hold on.
I think Sony would love that movie.
Hold on.
We've got a comment where our friend Sean, friend of the brand Sean, says that Exorcist 3 rules.
Sean also thinks The Exorcist is, if not the best, one of the best horror films.
Yeah,
And
he's right.
He's
I
not.
say-
he's really not alone.
and
in
I
that.
say the same thing to him. I agree. If you want a nice nap, it's a great movie to sleep through. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't
That's fair.
get it.
Fine. I
That's
mean,
fair.
we can't agree on everything.
And I think that's the first time we had really fallen victim to where something was like a must see if you are any sort of film lover. And then when after it was over, I thought, I have never in my life seen something so boring that people acted like people were fainting.
Well,
during
and
it.
that's another thing. It's like I love the movie just on its own, but the lore behind the movie too, and like people were throwing up and people were convulsing in the movie theater. You'll never get that again, and it's just like
And the-
something I want to hold on to forever.
And I kind of feel like that kind of relates to like when we first saw The Ring or if you
Yeah.
first saw Blair Witch Project. But then it goes back to like, yeah, but those were good. You know, those were good.
Anyways, I
So,
love this movie.
yeah.
One of my top 5 faves.
But you haven't seen Exorcist Believer?
No, I haven't.
Oh, go see. Actually, I think you can rent it now. But
Yeah, maybe streaming.
let us
even.
know because I'm
I
going
will
to tell
let
you
you
right
know.
here on live TV. If you tell me that was good, that's
You
I'm,
need,
canc-
to, you
I'm
need to
canceling it.
rethink. You need to rethink your investment in Danger Zone Video. If that's
Yeah,
the case.
I'm pulling the plug. We'll do this at a Wendy's
Yeah.
next year.
in the drive-through.
Yeah, no, we can't go in. We can't go in.
All right. With that said, let's get out of here. Brandon, Brittany, if you want to tell these fine folks how they can find you on the internet.
Go ahead. Are you on there?
Last time I said, please don't find me.
Oh yeah.
but
Well, you can still say that.
You keep coming around
Let 'em
though.
know. Yeah, let them know.
Brittany but Spooky on Instagram, Britt but Spooky on Twitter, and then you can follow Danger Zone Video at Danger Zone Video on Instagram, and we post
TikTok.
and TikTok and Facebook. We post every day that we're open, new stock, new things to buy, VHS, Blu-rays, DVDs, laser discs, collectibles. Got
And,
some Funko Pops in here.
and your infomercial, sir? It's hard to get out.
I have a quick question. What's Twitter? At Sir Brandon V on X, Sir Brandon on Letterboxd.
Oh, he dropped
And
the letterbox.
That's it. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I have TikTok. I haven't
You don't have
posted
And
there
you
in a
have
long time.
X.
Nope, I haven't been invited.
X.
And yeah, X. Yeah.
X.
And I love X because I think 3 people see my post. And the 3 people that see my post, they
Are
don't
in
I
this
probably
room.
don't know. No, they're not. No, that's the sick part.
They're possibly in this
Let me
room.
tell you how bad it is. I went on vacation, posted pictures. A week later,
You
I'm
went on
talking,
vacation?
Yeah, I'm talking.
What's that?
I'm
I didn't
talking.
know.
I'm talking to Stoney, and he goes, "Yeah, man. When do you leave on your trip?" And I said, "Buddy, I've been back a week." And I said, "I posted pictures and no one saw it." So that just goes to show you that nobody sees shit when you post on it.
Man, that
Anyway,
staff really working overtime.
With that.
On another note, Danger Zone, y'all have done such a great job with this shop.
Oh,
it's
thanks.
really awesome. If you're in town, you should check it out. It's not just horror films either. It's
No, we got
every
everything.
single
They even got a
genre
kiddie section up
you
front.
can think of. Yes, and for kids.
Yes, Stoney.
Oh,
yeah.
Nashville
thanks.
scene. Yeah.
Best
I-
new video store.
Hell yeah. And in
We're the only
parentheses,
video
yeah.
store.
In parentheses, it says the only video store.
But
Hey,
they
a
had
win's a win.
nice write-up
No,
about
it was.
so-
They did a fantastic job. So congratulations.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you. Another year.
Another year.
Another year. And then after 16 hours, after
And-
watching that videotape, you have
I
come
beat it.
here. You did. You
I went down the
beat it.
well.
Who did you make a copy and give it to?
Oh man, they're not
don't
here.
name them.
They're not here.
Don't name them.
With that said, I'm McCash, Stephen McCash. You can find me on Twitter /X at MC_Cash75. I got it that
I
time.
was going to say, you never get your own shit right. I love it.
I wrote everything
Oh.
down. Make sure you check out SoBrosNetwork.com where you can find all of our work. Most importantly, well, not most importantly, but next importantly, visit SoBrosShop.com where you can find all of our merchandise. Mariah Carey is nearly thought out. So it is time to start thinking about the great gifts you want to give your friends and loved ones over the holiday
God.
season.
Ugh.
I know I put that scared everybody in the room right there mentioning
Oh.
that. Also, please support us on Patreon where you can find hundreds upon hundreds of pieces of premium content, including videos, podcasts, articles, and much more at patreon.com/SoBrosNetwork. Hey, it's only $5 a month. You can't even feed a starving child in Africa for $5 a month. Spend your money wisely.
Cancel
at
your
Patreon.
cancel your X subscription.
Yeah.
Spend your money wisely. Oh man. Yeah, we need to cut.
You gotta
We
go.
gotta go.
We gotta go.
We're live.
Oh God.
Can you cut that
Oh
out?
God. Can you cut that out?
I think
Oh,
that's
you
the I
live
think that's
out.
the phone. I hear the phone ringing. They're coming to get me. Most importantly, subscribe to Drinking With wherever you get your podcast fix. Leave us a rating and review. So let us know what you think about the show and how we can get better. Because we all,
We're gonna get canceled.
Or we rather you not.
if there's a film coming up from the year 2003 you'd like us to review, please drop that in and we'll get on top of that. Unless it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we've already discussed we're doing that.
We're all gonna wear white tank tops.
Again, as always, thank you for push and play on Drinking With. This has been a special spooky live edition of The Ring. I'm your host, Stephen McCash again, and we'll see you next time because I have to return some videotapes.
Happy Halloween.